Kingfisher Airline wasn't just an airline, it was a statement of ambition and luxury. But behind this champagne and red carpet laid a strong amount of debt and various corporate governance issues. This is a story of how India's most glamorous airline fell off from the sky. At the age of 27, Mr. Malia took over his father's business, the UP Group. Now that's a lot to handle at the age of 27, but Mr. Malia did pretty well. The business grew from 40 crore to 6,000 crores. The business blossomed. Now Mr. Malia wanted to launch Kingfisher beer. Many critics told the Kingfisher beer wouldn't work, but Mr. Malia stood adamant and launched Kingfisher beer. Now making any product is simple, but you need to advertise it. And advertising something like beer or alcohol in a country like India wasn't that simple. And for this, he used surrogative advertisement. He launched Kingfisher calendars, and through that he advertised Kingfisher beer. He also named his house after Kingfisher, that is called Kingfisher Villa. So in 2007, by 2007, he already became the 40th richest person, and South California also honored him with a doctorate. So until now, it was always success, success, success. And then what happened? Mr. Malia launched Kingfisher Airlines on his son's 18th birthday in 2005. Kingfisher Airlines was the very first airline having in-flight entertainment system for domestic travels. The food was extremely good. The hair hostesses were very, very beautiful. And also there was a small video of Mr. Malia instructing his crew members to take care of the passengers as his own family members. Now all this added a lot of sentimental values, and very soon Kingfisher became a popular choice for domestic travels. Every one out of four travelers wanted to travel in Kingfisher Airlines. So everything was going normal. What really changed? Mr. Malia wanted to fly international. He wanted the international flying license. And Kingfisher obviously could not get there because it was the early bird. And the only strategy that was viable for Mr. Malia was the acquisition strategy, and that's what he did. Kingfisher acquired Air Deccan, and it proved to be a blunder. The reason being, they were two different business models. There were two different business strategies. Kingfisher was a premium airline, Air Deccan was a low-cost airline. Kingfisher was charging around 18,000 to 20,000 rupees per ticket, whereas Air Deccan was charging around 4,000, 5,000 rupees per ticket. And when Kingfisher acquired Air Deccan, he renamed Air Deccan as Kingfisher Red, a segment as Kingfisher Red. So basically, Kingfisher had two segments. One was Kingfisher and Kingfisher Red. So Malia increased the prices of Kingfisher Red from 4,000, 5,000 rupees, which Air Deccan was charging, to 8,000 rupees, assuming the customers would pay for the increased ticket prices. But people who were traveling in Kingfisher moved from Kingfisher to Kingfisher Red, and people who were traveling in Air Deccan moved to alternative airlines like Indigo, which was a major chunk of the population. And the acquisition proved to be a failure. So the things were definitely not going great for Malia back in those days. He was facing losses after losses. He was taking loans after loans. The situation was so bad that Bangalore International Airport, being his home ground, denied access for parking of his aircrafts until and unless Kingfisher paid all the parking dues. So Malia approached various airlines for help, and Etihad Airlines also was on the verge of investing in Kingfisher Airlines, but the deal didn't happen because there were various restrictions from the government of India on foreign direct investment from in this particular airspace sector. So Malia took loans after loans, and now he was in a debt-like situation. So the situations were getting worse and worse. Hindustan Petroleum and BPCL stopped supplying fuel to Kingfisher Airlines until Kingfisher Airlines paid for the overdue payments. The only option left with Malia was to use his political influence. He was a Rajya Sabha MP back then. He opted for debt restructuring, but then the debt restructuring also didn't work out. He sold his shares at 70 rupees, which were originally at 40 rupees. However, debt restructuring didn't work out, and he fled away to UK. However, before flying away to UK, he requested the banks to waive off the interest component, and he pays only the principal component. However, the banks disagreed for it, and it was a scam. However, at the bottom line is there was a lack of corporate governance, and the taxpayers' money went in vain.